Krill's carbon conundrum. How tiny shrimp-like creatures are shaking up climate models. When you think of climate heroes, Antarctic krill probably don't come to mind. These tiny, shrimp-like creatures might look like snacks for whales and penguins, but they're actually playing a big role in the planet's carbon cycle. A new study, published in Science on January 24, 2025, led by Abigail J. R. Smith from the University of Tasmania, reveals that krill's daily up and down migrations in the ocean are influencing how much carbon gets stored in the deep sea. Spoiler alert, it's not as much as scientists once thought. The study, conducted in the icy waters of East Antarctica, used a high-tech seafloor lander equipped with an echosounder, cameras, and lights to track krill behavior over a full year. The findings challenge long-held assumptions about how krill contribute to the biological carbon pump, a natural process that helps sequester carbon in the deep ocean. Turns out, krill are more complicated than we gave them credit for. Antarctic krill, Euphausia superba, are the rock stars of the Southern Ocean, with a combined biomass estimated at a whopping 117 to 379 million tons. That's more than the weight of all humans on Earth. These little critters are key players in the biological carbon pump, a system that moves carbon from the atmosphere to the deep ocean. Krill munch on phytoplankton near the ocean's surface and produce carbon-rich fecal pellets that sink to the seafloor, locking away carbon for centuries or even millennia. But here's the twist: not all the carbon krill consume makes it to the deep ocean. Some gets recycled back into the upper water column through processes like bacterial degradation or reingestion by other organisms. To complicate things further, krill are known for their daily vertical migrations, swimming up to the surface at night to feed and diving back down during the day. Scientists have long thought this behavior boosts carbon storage by transporting carbon directly to deeper waters. To test this idea, Smith and her team deployed a seafloor lander in Pride's Bay, East Antarctica, to observe krill behavior year-round. The lander recorded high-resolution data on krill density and migration patterns every 7 minutes for 365 days. The results were eye-opening. The team found that only about 25% of the krill population participated in deep migrations, and even then, their contribution to carbon export was modest. Non-migrating krill, which stay near the surface, were responsible for the bulk of carbon sinking to the deep ocean, 8.4 milligrams of carbon per square meter per day. Migrating krill, on the other hand, injected just 1.3 milligrams of carbon per square meter per day into the deep ocean. What's more, krill migration patterns were highly seasonal. In summer, krill stayed close to the surface, grazing on phytoplankton. But in winter, when surface food was scarce, they made deeper dives, sometimes reaching the seafloor. Despite these seasonal shifts, the overall carbon export from migrating krill was less than 10% of the total krill-driven carbon flux. The study highlights a major challenge for climate models. They often overestimate the role of krill migrations in carbon storage. Previous estimates assumed that 50% of krill migrate deep into the ocean, but the new data show that the actual number is closer to 25%. This means models may be overestimating carbon export by as much as 216%. But the research also opens up exciting opportunities. By incorporating these new insights, scientists can refine climate models to better predict how the ocean will respond to climate change. Understanding krill behavior is especially important as warming oceans and melting sea ice threaten their habitats. If krill populations decline, it could disrupt the entire Southern Ocean ecosystem and its ability to store carbon. The implications of this research go beyond krill. It underscores the importance of studying the behavior of marine organisms to improve our understanding of the ocean's role in the global carbon cycle. As Smith and her team point out, future studies should focus on other factors that influence carbon export, such as krill grazing habits, bacterial degradation, and the role of other marine species. So, while krill may not single-handedly save the planet, they're certainly teaching us a lot about how it works. Next time you see a whale breaching in the Southern Ocean, remember, it's not just hunting for dinner, it's part of a complex, krill-driven carbon dance that helps keep our planet in balance.